It's June 18th. This is your Niagara Garden Party greenhouse update tour. We just did the outdoor garden. It's 25 degrees Celsius outside today. And in the greenhouse, that means it's going to be like 30, 35 Celsius. Way too hot for anything except for cacti and succulents with an S in the end there. As you can see, the shelves, the cacti, some of the succulents are doing good. The Hoya over here is putting out new leaves, and it is just absolutely stunning. I love how it comes out like a strawberry color before they turn green. This guy doing really well too. I think he needs a bit of a trellis though, because he's got some nodes coming out. And then the rescue orchids are doing all right. We've got a Hoya rope who has never grown. What is that? What is that? I wonder what that is. Is that part of the Hoya? I don't know. This one, though, is putting out new leaves, so that's cool. I'm trying to rescue this plant for my mom. I don't have a whole lot of hope. This guy, look at, he is making a comeback. This jade plant, despite being completely cut back to absolutely nothing, left with no leaves. Like, this is what he's supposed to look like. But he is coming back. He is making leaves. So we're just going to let him keep doing his thing in the greenhouse and hope for the best. That cacti is getting way too tall. This bear paw succulent, I love it, but I think I need to propagate it and make some babies. Everything else doing really great up here for the most part. There's some plants that weren't doing great in the house, and I don't expect them to do any better outside. This basil looking good. Oh, that is one of the bean sprouts that I planted, which is great because I'm gonna harvest this lettuce very, very soon. It's not doing a whole lot in here. It did get a little bit bigger, but I think it was kind of root bound in the pots, the starter pots it was in. So we're gonna harvest this soon, and we're gonna let that little tiny bean take over. We have this broccoli, more broccoli, more broccoli. None of these broccolis are making broccoli heads yet though. The nasturtiums doing great. Oh, wow, that's an exciting surprise. Looks like we have a mini pepper forming here. Cute. We have this guy who keeps dropping his buds because, again, it is just too hot in the greenhouse for a lot of these plants. I'm thinking I wheel them out to the yard. I have a little trolley thing, so I'm considering just taking them all out of here. Looks like we're getting a little pepper here too. That is so exciting. These nasturtiums are just insane. It smells so peppery in here. So I also planted out these self-watering buckets. When you need to water them, you just fill up the reservoir in the bottom. They're very, very handy for growing in here because it gets really dry in here quickly with the temperature. So this here is Mizuna lettuce. This one is baby kale. You can see him right there, baby kale. This one is just an endive mix. This is lettuce, and same with this one and this one, but you can see the babies there starting to pop up, so that is exciting. These tomatoes, we're waiting to get ripe any day now. Some down there. This, I thought he wasn't doing well, but he's kind of doing okay, I guess. I don't know. Look at this massive spider on the leaf of this eggplant plant. There's also a ton of mosquitoes in here right now. Oh, and it looks like my garlic scapes in here are ready to harvest. So this is a hardneck garlic plant. This is the only kind of garlic plant that'll put out a garlic scape. It needs to be hardneck. And basically this is the flower stalk for the garlic. If you let this continue, this is going to turn into a bloom. But you actually want to cut this off when it starts to curl. So exactly how it looks right now, you see? You want to cut that off so the energy the plant can put into creating the garlic bulb down there, and not the flower and the buds and the seeds. And you can actually eat these, fry them up in a pan. I like to fry them with some oil or some butter and put some everything spice on them. And they're basically like false green beans. They have a very mild garlicky flavor. But it looks like all of my garlic in here is starting to put out scapes and do that curly scape thing. So we'll have to do something about that. I don't think I'm gonna get any eggplants out of all of these eggplants in here, which is a tragedy, but it is what it is. More zinnia flowers. I don't remember if the yellow one had opened fully the last time I updated you, but it's open and it's stunning. This one is going to be opening soon. I think it might be another yellow one. I'm on a forever quest to empty this. Working on it. I started some mint, some spearmint, I think this is. They seem to be doing well, but again, that has nothing to do with me. Spearmint just grows no matter what. This guy doing good in here. Oh, rain barrel check. She full. But she full of stinky water. Stinky, yucky pollen water from the roof. Oh yeah, that's some stinky ass water. There's also a bee in here that's trying to get out, so I can hear him humming away. I'm gonna try to water some of my buckets today. Even though this is stinky greenhouse roof water, we're gonna do that anyway. I totally forgot that I repotted this last week. This string of hearts. Looks like it's doing all right. We're just gonna leave it up there. The tomatoes in the pots are doing okay. And I'm actually kind of happy I kept them because the wilty tomatoes I have out there, 2 of them are going to need to be replaced. And I'm going to pick the best of the best here. It doesn't look too good, but at least they're not wilting and dying. Some of them are, but like this one could probably go in the ground and survive and do okay. Same with this one here, even though it's got a bit of crispy leaves on him. I've given up basically on these. These are beefsteak tomato starters. I don't need them. I have ignored them. These cucumbers look like they're doing really good. I should replant them. And finally, the yellow zucchini looks like it's starting to come up. Maybe I'll end up replacing the beets with some of these yellow zucchini starts. But I'm surprised because I put these seeds in these a long time ago and nothing ever happened. But I guess now they just decided is their time. Why did that start making a different sound all of a sudden? Oh, because we're filling up. Okay. Woo! These are very close to being ripe, which is very exciting. There are so many on here. So clearly, some of the tomatoes don't mind the heat in the greenhouse, like this one, this little dwarf yellow tomato. This is a disaster. I don't know what happened. I don't know. It was putting out tomatoes, and then it just died. Same with this guy. He was hit or miss, but now it's been more miss than hit. So I think it's time to bury them, put them in their grave. This guy's doing good too. Like, look at all these buds on this tomato, this tumbling Tom tomato. I think that's the answer. Growing tomatoes in here in the summer. They seem to be the only thing that's kind of thriving in here. Other than these sunflowers. Still not making sunflower heads yet, but we're patiently waiting, and they're just getting taller and taller every single day. And Operation Kill the Raspberry Plant is going pretty good, although this is the raspberry plant, and it's living. It's doing okay, it seems, but this is not a raspberry plant, and this is actually the reason why I decided I wanted to kill everything in this, because I think this is a weed, and I'm not about to try to figure out what's the raspberry and what's the weed. So I just stopped watering this. I haven't watered this in weeks. I'm shocked that this is still alive. Whatever, do your thing. I'm still not gonna water you though. Anyway, that is your greenhouse update for today. Here's a little robin's egg that fell out of the nest. Yeah, some more starters here, not doing too bad. The cilantro's bolting. We're not surprised about that. Cilantro hates hot weather, but the chives are doing good in here. I'm going to wait for that to fill up. Gonna go water the tomatillo plant. That's getting a little wilty out there. Gonna water a couple of things in buckets because the buckets dry out really quickly. But that's pretty much it. So we'll see you next week.